Let's get back to Daniel Dennett's nefarious neurosurgeon. Yes, Daniel Dennett is in the files, and that is a big part of why I want to continue talking about this. So, to refresh you or introduce if you're new, Daniel Dennett's nefarious neurosurgeon is this thought experiment that he proposed that illustrates how free will does exist. So what he said was, imagine someone gets a brain chip implanted for a medically viable reason. Suppose someone who's quadriplegic needs it to help them walk. And when they're leaving the surgery, the neurosurgeon says, everything went great, but I need to tell you that from now on you have no free will, because I'm going to be able to control everything you do and say from this computer, and you're going to think that you're having ideas of your own volition, but really you're not. Really, we're going to be directing your life from now on. So this person goes home, and believing this, they make every decision moving forward with this assumption. And the neurosurgeon is nefarious because they know it's a lie. They know it was never true. But by convincing this person that they were robbed of their free will, they were effectively robbed of their free will. I often wonder how things would have went for the subject of this nefarious neurosurgeon if they had been convinced that the implant in their brain was causing them to do something unlawful, maybe something terrible, maybe something very, very criminal. I wonder what the legal system would say, but I don't wonder that very long, because I know the law has been very clear that as far as the law is concerned, you are responsible for your own actions. Criminal insanity is incredibly hard to prove. In most states, you have to prove that someone was not in control of their thoughts and actions at the time. It's very, very rare, very difficult to prove. For the most part, the law is very consistent that people have free will. So the reason I bring this up is there's a concerted effort from Silicon Valley, let's say, more specifically, the way that we're being constantly fed these ideas that we are programmable and predictable is actually a way of trying to control us by trying to convince us that we are programmable and controllable. But if that were true, it wouldn't take so much work, would it? But the reason that I bring up the law is that if people are working so hard to convince you that you have no free will, and they're trying so hard to convince you that you can be controlled by others, and that would set you up to take the fall legally, wouldn't it? If you were convinced to do something and you were convinced that you had no choice, but in reality, everyone knows you did it of your own volition, and that's how the law will see it too.